All right, what's up, YouTube Nation? This is Alex, and today's video is going to be called Sex with Barbie. Let me say it again for those that did not hear me the first time. I'm going to say it loud and clear. The title of this video is called Sex with Barbie. You know, the toy Barbie from Mattel. That's what we're talking about. Now, in this video, I want to examine the history on why some men are obsessed with Barbie and where this might have all started and taken place. Now, in my other videos, when I made the title called Sex with Supermodels Part 1 and Part 2, I was talking about how all of this came about. And I said in Part 2, I would then eventually get to the title of this video, and we finally have arrived at that point. Now, when you think of Barbie, you think of a girl that's got blonde hair, blue eyes, she's tall, she's got long legs, she drives a convertible car, and she lives in Beverly Hills. That's the Los Angeles interpretation of Barbie. Now, some of y'all might live in New York City, Chicago, and other cities, and your interpretation of Barbie might be completely different from mine, and that's okay. Now, the reason why I call it Sex with Barbie is because a lot of men identify that they want their girlfriend to look like or resemble Barbie, because that's like the world's most beautiful, attractive woman on the planet Earth. But there are some things we need to come to the understanding and realization of. It's that Barbie is an idea created to target certain individuals from the age of 18 to 29 years of age. That is the opposite sex, that is women. And it is the equivalent to men who suffer from the bodydontics complex, or I like to call it the Superman complex. Every man that goes to gyms like 24-hour Fitness, LA Fitness, Gold's Gym, Club Bay, Club Onyx, UFC, any gym you can think of, every man strives to be the bodybuilder. And I'm going to give you the math and science. I'm going to give you the good and the bad of Sex with Barbie and what it is about Barbie that makes you want to break an arm or a leg or get hit by a Mack truck or a bus. I'm going to talk about it. Now, I do think it's okay if you get plastic surgery to enhance certain features, certain looks. Now, do I think you should get plastic surgery all the time? No. A perfect example of that would be Michael Jackson, the king of pop. He just was obsessed with plastic surgery, never would stop. And you got some actresses that are like this too. And we got to talk about where this Barbie thing came from. I would say the late 50s, early 1960s is where it originated from. And it didn't take off until the 1970s, where every girl was trying their hardest to be Barbie. Now, in today's period, most of us men, we identify that if we get a girl with a cute face, usually she ain't got no ass, or and we get angry and we get upset because why I gotta get the nice cute girl with the cute face and the happy smile, but she ain't got no ass, she ain't got no booty. Or why I gotta get the dark chocolate black woman that's ghetto, she got ass and titties, but she too manly, she too masculine. It ain't never, why can't I get a girl that's got ass and titties with the nice cute face? Most of you black men know exactly what I'm talking about. Most of you white men, Latino men, and Asian men, y'all too know what I'm talking about. This is some real shit. This is some real game I'm throwing on y'all. Y'all raise your hands. How many times have you met a light-skinned black girl that had a nice cute face, but she ain't had no booty? How many times you met a nice beautiful white girl, she had a nice cute face, but she ain't had no booty? Raise your hands. And don't lie and say you ain't never been in a situation where you ain't never had a girl that was cute but ain't had no booty. At least the vast majority of y'all have had what I described. A black girl that's dark chocolate, big breasts, big old ghetto booty, that's ghetto, but she act masculine and too manly. Or you try to get with the light-skinned black girl that was a ghetto hood rat, and she had a nice cute face, but she ain't had no booty. You had one or the other. You could never exactly get exactly what you saw in the movies or in the television shows. You could never exactly get the Barbie who's got the breasts, the butt, the nice cute hair, the blue eyes, the straight hair. You could never get exactly what you saw in the picture. You always got something close to the picture. You got something that was almost like it. You got something that was a little bit off, but you never got exactly what you saw in the picture. This happened to you when you was in high school, college, the workplace, even in the gym. You would always get the girl that you didn't find physically, sexually attractive trying to talk to you. Now, if you're smart and intelligent, and the vast majority of you men, this is for all men basically, black, white, Asian, Latino, the vast majority of us are very smart and intelligent, you are willing to say that you are a little guilty of wanting the Barbie. It is okay to be obsessed of imagining your girlfriend or wife as Barbie. It's okay. I've had it happen to me in high school and college. I've always thought about wanting to bang and screw Barbie. You know, among other fictional characters that do not officially exist. You know, Chun-Li in the 1990s of Street Fighter. Y'all identify with her having some big breasts and some long legs with the big butt. You know, if you watch those animated movies of Street Fighter, she has some big thighs, and a lot of guys that play Street Fighter fantasize of banging Chun-Li. There are some guys that when they saw Dragon Ball Z as a kid or as a teenager, a lot of guys talked about, I want to smash Bulma from Dragon Ball Z because she has some ass. And then there's some guys that saw Sailor Moon, and you kind of get where I'm going with this, don't you, fellas? Don't you? But we have all had our fascinations with Barbie. You know, we've thought about Barbie. And women themselves would look in the mirror and they would think of themselves as Barbie. And you've either got a sister, a cousin, an aunt who has a toy collection of Barbie somewhere in their house or in their apartment or in their garage, in their closet. They have a toy of Barbie. And a lot of women put on a lot of makeup, and a lot of women go to these stores and they try their hardest to look like Barbie. And they'll even look at a man and say, do you think I look physically, sexually attractive? Do you think I look good? And, you know, as time has gone on in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, they have made almost 50, if not 150 different versions of the Barbie doll. There's skinny Barbie, there's short Barbie, there's tall Barbie, there's Barbie on a farm, there's Barbie in the city, there's even fat Barbie. And a lot of fat girls will even think of themselves as Barbie. And guess what? No matter what city or state you go to, someone is obsessed of trying to become Barbie. And a lot of times men would have sexual fantasies of, I just gotta screw Barbie, I got to bang me Barbie. Now we're gonna talk about what happens when men are hypocrites. I know some of you men may not like me saying this, but if you're a real smart, a logical thinker, you will admit that you were guilty of this. That whenever you saw a girl with a big ass butt, a big ass booty, and you thought it was 100% natural, only to find out she went to the hospital and got a booty injection or a booty lift, you were disappointed that her ass wasn't real. See, in our society, we live in a society where we got people that are more fake than real. We got more fake people than we got real people. And it's a result of insecurity issues. You got some men that are insecure. You got some women that are insecure. It's like what Floyd Mayweather Jr., the boxer, said. Men lie, women lie, but the one thing that never lie is numbers, because numbers never lie. And you see, when women get breast implants, it's to physically and sexually attract the alpha male. You know, they trying to go after the basketball players, the football players, the baseball players, the actors, the film directors, the film producers. They're trying to go after music producers. They're trying to go after someone like 50 Cent, you know, The Game, Jay-Z, you know, Rick Ross the Boss, Drake, Future, 2 Chainz, Wiz Khalifa. They're going after people like that when they get these breast implants and a booty injection. Like, think of someone like Nicki Minaj. You know, she got plastic surgery on her face, you know, her breasts and her ass. You look at Amber Rose, you look at Black China. A lot of these women, if you look at their pictures when they was in high school, they didn't have no big ass butt and no big breasts. But all of a sudden, you see them from the ages of 20 to 25 years old. All of a sudden, they got big breasts from out of nowhere, big ass butt from out of nowhere. And you think it's 100% real, but then once you have sex with them about 2 or 3 times, or 4 or 5 times, all of a sudden you find out it's not real, it's fake. All of a sudden you become disappointed that after all this time, I thought it was real. How could it be fake? Then you call the girl a plastic person because you can't accept the fact that the woman gave you exactly what you wanted. You know, she heard you say, I want a big butt. So she spent anywhere from $1,000 to like $25,000 going to Beverly Hills and getting some plastic surgery that lasted for about 15 to 20 hours just to please you. And some of you men, not all you men, but some of you men out there, and including myself, are guilty of this. A lot of us are guilty. We don't want to say it because, you know, we're strong, we're powerful, we're masculine, we're alpha males, or at least some of us. You know, the other half are beta males. But my point is, we are guilty of telling a woman, well, I like a woman with a big ass butt. And if you ain't got no big booty, you need to bounce. I've done it to about 5 women. You ain't got no ass. Bye. You cold, Alexander. No, bitch. I want a woman with a big ass butt. If I mess with a white girl, I fuck with the white girls with the big ass butt. If I see a Latino girl, I mess with a Latino girl with the big butt. If I can mess with a woman from a foreign country, I mess with a woman from a foreign country with a big butt. And you see, we're guilty of it. Then I know there's going to be some smart ass that's going to come on here and say, well, women do it too. Of course women do it too. You know, you got some women that go, well, if you ain't between the height of 5'11" to 6'4", we can't talk. If you ain't playing basketball and football, or if you ain't a rapper or an R&B singer, if you're not a film director or a film producer, or at least a music producer that's making 6 figures or 7 figures, bye. So yes, women do it too. But what I'm saying is, men are guilty of this and women are guilty of this. It's just like when a woman meets a bodybuilder for the first time. Yeah, he's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's got big muscles, he can make his pecs flex, and the woman go, oh my God, he's sexy, he's fine. But then when they have sex, she finds out that the bodybuilder is on performance enhancement drugs, that he's doped himself up on steroids, you know, PhDs, you know, he's on them drugs. And then she goes, it's not 100% natural, it's all fake. You mean you took drugs to achieve the perfection? And the man go, well, you say you wanted a man that's physically fit. I had to pay almost $300 for these steroids. It wasn't cheap. I had to pay for it. And the woman be all dissatisfied and shocked that you had to cheat to achieve that look of perfection. And one here to tell a lot of you men is that there's no such thing of a Chinese woman with a big ass butt. Because if you meet a Chinese woman with a big butt, chances are it's not 100% real, it's fake. She went to Beverly Hills and spent anywhere from $1,000 to $25,000 line of credit, and all of a sudden she got a big butt. So if you see a Japanese woman with some big ass breasts, unless she's fat and out of shape, that's the only way she can have big breasts. But if she is skinny and she a size 3 or a size 5 and you see her with some big ass breasts, chances are she got breast implants. So when you see a white girl with a big butt, you be like, damn, she got a big butt like a black woman. A lot of times they get plastic surgery. And what I'm saying is, a lot of the men who say I would never have sex with a woman that's fake, actually you do. When you hit on women at the gym, if not all, some of the women in the gym have a fake ass or fake breasts. They're doing it to attract the attention of the alpha male, or as Big Boss Calvin 83 would say on his YouTube channel, the man. Well, guess what? They do this to attract the attention of the man. The man that's rich and famous, has money, looks, and status. They do that to attract the attention of basketball players, football players, baseball players, bodybuilders, weightlifters, powerlifters, boxers, wrestlers, martial artists, actors in Hollywood that do television and film. They do it to attract the attention of the film director. See, back in the late 80s, early 90s of Hollywood, a lot of the actresses got breast implants because they knew if they can get big breasts, that would make the film director and the film producer cast them at movies and television. So these women may not have been the best actress that can act very good on camera, but because they had big breasts, they got cast in a lot of television roles and a lot of film roles. Think of movies like James Bond, for an example. A lot of the women that were being cast in those films did get some plastic surgery. That's how come all the women in those movies look so damn erotic to you, because they had to spend thousands, if not millions of dollars, thousands of dollars to look like that. And that was to get the attention of film directors and film producers. Same thing in the music industry. Every girl in the music industry's got a big butt. But not every black woman has a big butt that's 100% natural. I'll give you some more prime examples. Let's look at some of these reality television shows like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop New York, Hollywood. They all have a big ass butt. Every black woman on that show's got a big ass butt. The vast majority of the women on them television shows spend anywhere from $1,000 to $25,000 of credit to have big breasts and a big ass butt, so they can be exactly what you were talking about. I want a woman that's got the big breasts, the long legs, the big ass butt, a nice cute face with the blonde straight hair, and they try to transform themselves into that. But it becomes a horrible nightmare because a lot of these women can't sleep. A lot of these women have to take drugs and medication. They get an allergic reaction from the surgery. And then a lot of these women, after about 5 or 10 years of doing that, they have to go back to the hospital and start all over again. Then you get Hollywood actresses who become obsessed of plastic surgery. I'll tell you a story. There was a story about this one white woman that's married to a art dealer that was a multi-billionaire. This is like about 25 years ago. I mean, this is between the late 80s, early 2000s. Anyway, she always wanted to please her husband because she thought if she pleased her husband, that would make him pay attention to her. But he was obsessed of his art. So one day, she saw a picture of a cat, a mountain lion, and told the doctors that she wanted her face to look like a mountain lion. And the doctor looked at her and said, "Do you know how much difficulties that will cost for you to try to pull that off?" And she used about $50,000 in credit, which she could not afford. Her husband can, but she can't afford it. And she did it to try to please her husband. And you see, this didn't work. This actually blew up in her face because word has it that she's in her late 50s, early 60s with a mask on her face and refuses to come out of their expensive ass $1.5 million mansion, whatever it is that they live. She refused to come out and be seen in public because she looks like a mountain lion. When you see her in person, you swear that that's a mountain lion and not a human being. Basically, she destroyed her face trying to become Barbie. And if he had to have sex with her, he probably would be doing exactly what all the comedians say. You know that little joke where comedians saying the woman is so ugly that if I had sex with a butt ugly woman, I turn all the lights out in the house and I put a mask on my face because I'm too ashamed to look at that ugly face? Well, here's what I think. I think plastic surgery is more for women that are not physically sexually attractive to men. See, the women that are physically sexually attractive are the ones destroying their face because they feel like they're not good enough to get the attention of the man. So if you are an ugly duckling that tries to turn into a beautiful swan, then it's okay. But what we're getting is we're not getting ugly women trying to get plastic surgery. What we're getting is beautiful women trying to become more beautiful and destroy their face. And then their face is destroyed. And then they spent 20 years trying to enhance their looks. It ain't just women in their 20s doing this. You got women that's in their 30s and 40s and 50s trying to become Barbie. So now what we got is a case of a woman that's 30, so now they call her the 30-year-old Barbie, the 40-year-old Barbie, the 50-year-old Barbie. And why is it might be kept closed is probably the 60-year-old Barbie. And then you start to scratch your head and say, ain't you a little too old for plastic surgery? And these females don't care if they're too old to do it. See, at my job, I ran into a bunch of these housewives. Now, I don't know if they're from the television show Housewives of Orange County, but it seemed like maybe two of them were from the show. And there's this white lady that's in her 50s with some big ass breasts that has plastic surgery. You can tell she had plastic surgery with big lips, smiling at me, telling me, hi. And that's exactly my point. These women can't let go of the fact that they're not in the spotlight no more. So to stay in the spotlight, they destroy their face so they can get the attention from the man. And you see, the man who has money, looks, and status, and I hate to say this, ladies, he might have sex with the quote-unquote Barbie doll, but what he's obsessed is the look of Barbie. And this also affects not just white women and not just black women. This also affects Latino women. This also affects Asian women. I've seen an Asian woman 10 years ago when I was at Los Angeles City College turn herself into Barbie. Every man was trying to ask for the phone number. Every man was trying to hit that ass. And she rejected every single man that was hitting on her. Because she was trying to get the attention of the man. And you see, ladies, I think plastic surgery is supposed to be for the women who really need plastic surgery. Like if you got set on fire and you have second degree or third degree burns, get plastic surgery. If you got in a car accident and somehow your jaw got broken and some skin got peeled away, by means get plastic surgery. See, plastic surgery is supposed to be in case if there's a medical condition or something went wrong when you was born, or for whatever reason you got shot in the face. That's what plastic surgery is supposed to be for. But instead, People are doing this to enhance their acting career. You look in porn. Perfect example. Vast majority of porn actresses got breast implants and an ass injection. And when they do fantasies, when they do parodies of a fat girl that's 300 pounds having sex, what they're trying to say is it's the fat Barbie doll. Like, she fat, but she a Barbie doll. Or she's parlor park trash, but she's parlor park Barbie that looks cute. And porn tries to promote that, and then guess what? Women go out and try to be exactly what they see in the movie. And I'm afraid that's what causes them to destroy their face. And that's why we got a case of the 30-year-old Barbie, the 40-year-old, the 50, and the 60-year-old Barbie. Well, ladies, I hope you understand that if you try to attract the attention of the man, well, he just gonna pump and dump you and just use you for sex. See, with rich men are fascinated of Barbie, it's like being a cowboy. It's like adding another notch on your cowboy belt. It's just something for me to challenge. It's just something for me to conquer. And once I conquer it one time, two times, three times, it's nothing to me, and they move on to the next big thrill. So having sex with a girl that resembles Barbie, it's more of a thrill than it is trying to be in an actual relationship. It's like a fantasy come true. I got to screw Barbie, and I get to go into the gym or to the basketball court with my friends, and I get to brag about I screwed Barbie. That's basically what it is, ladies. So when you turn yourself into a Barbie doll, just remember the man's not trying to get into no committed relationship. It's just a fascination to us. It's just, you're Barbie, I want to screw you 2 or 3 times, and then I lose interest. And a lot of women have a hard time accepting the reality of this, but they target young women to think like they're Barbie, and then these women try to become Barbie. And I'm not saying that men don't fall for this, but you got some men that think they're Ken. You know, the toy Ken? So who knows? I might make a prequel out of that. Until next time, peace.